Greetings, Gryz here. How y'all doing today? This is my first time recording something for upload, so I hope it goes well. It's going to be an interesting experience. Well, it's not my first time recording something. Hopefully it goes better than my last ones. My last ones, the audio was really messed up. I know my audio quality and everything's not going to be great because, well, I'm just starting this and it's all new to me, and, well, it's expensive to do, to actually get all the high quality professional stuff, and I'm just kind of doing this for fun anyway, so please bear with me. I don't really expect anyone to watch this. Alright, so that's the intake road. Okay, so basically my basic design setup is to have these large thoroughfares running through the city, the center of the city, and then in my zoned area for either industrial or residential, generally how I like to do it is I like to have an intake road that takes in all the traffic, and then everyone follows it down, and then it peels off depending on which area they need to go. You can see I also did the same setup for most of my residential. This part up here is kind of a unique area just because of the nature of the intake road being here, so I have two-way streets. Down here though, it's following my basic layout of intake roads. Now, I like to have this big open area. It gives me options to do something in the center here. Like you can see here, I zoned in commercial. If traffic gets really bad on the main thoroughfare, what else you can do is basically try to flip the zoning on these guys onto the off-road. Alright, so let's get back to work. I'm going to need more residential. And this isn't really a good layout for high density zoning, but in a low density area like this, or when you're starting out, it works fine. Alright, let's go down another couple of chutes, and then I'm probably going to need some more schools soon. Yep, probably should have paused it, but should have, would have, could have. And basically, my main change for higher density areas is instead of doing these horizontal blocks, I do them vertically. So basically less intersections on the main thoroughfare. And I do like one-way roads just because they provide a little bit better traffic flow than your regular two-lane. Kind of debating whether or not I want to continue on this sort of thing here. I don't think there's any real advantage to it. Maybe do something with a gravel road. Something nice about gravel roads is that they're only one tile wide. They're two tile wide, I'm sorry. It's the walking paths that are one tile wide, which are under... Where are the walking paths under? I forget. Oh, here they are. Yeah, walking paths are one tile wide, so if you want to prevent something from zoning somewhere, you can lay down a walking path like this, and nothing can zone there. Alright, let's get back. You know what? Maybe will put in some houses over here, so that means question is, do I want to upgrade to these are two times. Yeah, I'll upgrade. I wasn't, but why not? And because of my high demand, I really don't have to worry too much about power. Things will fill in fast. Oh yeah, you gotta fill out water as well too. One of the things that I never really liked about SimCity were the disasters. It's nice that they would come in and destroy a section of your city, giving you a chance to rebuild it, because most people aren't just going to bulldoze part of their city en masse. I do sometimes. But it's kind of not really... They can be fun, but it's kind of not really related to the theme. Whereas what I would like to see City Skylines do is have more kind of themed disasters. Like you take the pipes, for example. What would be cool is if you could have let's say a water main busted here. And what would happen is this area would start to flood, and you would have to get utility crews out there and whatnot, and if the traffic's bad, it takes longer to fix, or if you have a water main running under the street, it can flood the street, which just would wreak havoc on traffic. Just kind of fun stuff like that. Or things like maybe dealing with a strike, causing an industry to shut down and affecting your taxes, or just different things like actual city, or like a bus workers strike. All your buses shut down until you do something specific, and it would be just kind of add an interesting level to the gameplay that generally you don't see, that you wouldn't see in other things. Like the quote-unquote disasters that we've been seeing are, again, city planning disasters, and it's pretty much only one thing, is getting either poor health coverage or sucking in polluted water, causing sickness throughout your city, and then mass die-offs, which are interesting and can be fun, but I would just like to see more things like that sort of thing. Alright, let's go with more housing. Now, right now... Yep. Oh well. You guys can live without power for a little while, can't ya? You guys are troopers. Alright. And power's back on. That's, we're getting too close to the windmills, aren't we? I also like using farming in the early game, just because it's a pollution-free industry and it gives you a nice base to start out on. And this map here is a good starting point for farming, because you got all this arable land all the way up through here. You could do some forestry industry maybe down here, but it's really not that great. Let's see. Where would be a good place for forestry? Maybe down here or over here, but you got some good oil spots here and here. Or looks like up above the rail line too, some nice forestry industry as well. Oil industry's not bad here. Not really much ore. The only real ore deposits here, and I found that ore and here on this side, but ore tends to get depleted relatively quickly. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. And people would probably yell at me, don't build stuff on the main thoroughfare because it's just going to cause traffic. Well, it will in a high density area, but in low density, again, see, traffic's the only real traffic problems here going into my industrial area, and it's really not that bad yet. And that isn't very hard to offset. If I really wanted to, I could change this to a one-way street. Which there's really no need to at the moment. Alright. As much as I want to build more farmland, looks like we're going to be more housing is what we need. So, farmland goes down to here. Let's check out noise of the... Still got a little bit ways we can go without worrying about noise pollution. And one of the things I like to do is I like to stay in one zone and build it up until I'm ready to move on to the next zone. And everyone's upset because power's gone. I'm gonna have to do this as well. It's like, don't worry, power's gonna come back on soon. Just temporary as we build down towards the power lot. Did I really do what I think I did? Yes, I did. Now, the problem here is everything has to go down and there's no way to get back up, so this is a really crap area to live because you move in and you're trapped. There we go. If you ever do something like this and you need to make a fix, make sure you do it pause because that way you don't lose anything. Am I really just outside of the power right? Yes, I am. Alright, problem solved. Everyone's happy. Alright. So let's get back to this elevator, yeah. Wait, why am I even bothering? It's really to do what back here? Oh. Maybe get a... Alright. It's kind of just an interesting idea. Building houses out on the ocean. Be a nice place to live out here. It's like waterfront housing. I really wish that the game would take that into account. I wonder if you destroy it, does the land... Yep, the land disappears if you destroy it. So, still a new game, so you're still kind of figuring it out. It's kind of cool here, like looking at it, like kind of like boat houses. Alright, well, hopefully the audio quality is good enough for me to upload this one. This is my first time recording any games like this, so any sort of comments you have would be appreciated. I look forward to hearing any feedback.